This week I am doing 2 interviews. The first interview is with Cassia, an indie pop band. And the second interview, I'm talking to DMA's, an Australian indie rock band that are releasing their second live album. First up is Rob from Cassia. Hello Rob, and thank you for doing the interview.
Hello, and thank you for interviewing us.
How are you today?
Good, yeah, great. I've just got up, had some toast, had a coffee, feeling pretty good for the day. So yeah, not bad.
What are you doing today?
A lot of writing, really. We've been rehearsing all last week and we did a sort of short session and things. So yeah, just kind of getting stuck into that, really.
Who are your influences?
I mean, like anybody else, I think it just sort of ranges and it depends the time of year, all that kind of thing. But I'd say something that remains, something that's steady at the minute is Dominic Fike. He's pretty cool.
Your new EP is called Power Lines. What's the inspiration behind the EP?
I mean, for this EP, it was probably like, I was listening to a lot of the internet and things like that. Bands kind of, it was completely different to our first album. So yeah, like the internet, Dominic Fike, all these different people. So that kind of thing.
How was it recording during lockdown?
It was good. It was actually pretty good. We got a load done and it meant that we had no distractions. So, because that was all that we were doing. And yeah, we set up our own studio in Berlin and we just got everything done there. So it was really great because that's something that we've always wanted to do. So yeah, it was great.
Why did you decide to record the album in Berlin?
Well, my girlfriend and manager is actually from Berlin. Basically, she offered us a place to stay. So it was like with a studio and things. And we were looking for a place constantly for a while in and around Manchester. And it was so expensive. And we had all the equipment and everything already. And then we were like, we need a space now. And we were searching for ages and very spontaneous. I don't think Jake even told his mum and dad. And then we just left. And yeah, it's amazing. I love Berlin. It's great.
Has going through lockdown given you a different perspective musically?
Yes, because there's nothing else to do. And through having nothing else to do, you kind of, you only have one perspective, which is like, well, I guess it's like we're all in the same boat and that's what we keep writing about. Yeah, I think musically it hasn't had so much of an impact, but it's allowed us to listen to a lot more music in a way, which has been really great. It's been really good. It's really positive in a sort of weird way. Although I would like the pubs to open and everything get back to normal pretty soon. That'd be nice too.
Personally, what's your favourite song on the EP?
It's hard to say because I like each one because we spent so much time on each one. I think that probably like my favourite one will probably be Do Right because it was like a significant tune for me because that was like kind of the first to come of that sort of style. Yeah, it just felt like right. And I wrote it in South Africa, which was pretty cool. So there's loads of memories there. And yeah, it's kind of like almost like a diary entry type thing. So yeah, it's really good. I can think of loads of stuff surrounding that song. So yeah, probably Do Right.
Did you enjoy recording the video for the single Power Lines?
Yeah, great. Rented like a sort of old look car and went out into the kind of countryside of Berlin and just ragged it about for a bit. Yeah, it was good fun. It was probably the most fun video we've ever done.
Have you got any bundle packages?
Yeah, they're available on pre-order and I think they're coming out very soon, but there's a vinyl. We've got some t-shirts, we've got some hoodies and loads of different things, so all on our website.
How long did it take to record the new EP?
It didn't take too long. We sort of bottled it all in a month, but because we decided that we'd do everything, with the studios being shut, it was like, right, we have to do everything ourselves. So it was a lot of work because it was getting familiar with how we're going to approach this. We've always produced it, but we've always had someone there to engineer. And so we've done everything on the EP, which is really cool. So yeah, it did take a while.
Have you got any updates on your second EP?
Yes, it's all done. It's all finished. It's taken a long time, but everything is finished. And I'm really happy with this one. I'm really, really happy with it. So yeah, it's going to be a good one when it comes out.
How's the recording of the second album coming along?
Steady, very steady. Yeah, I kind of getting to it. It's more like just trying to write as many songs as possible, and we're all doing that individually. And then we all kind of come in a room and we're like, which ones are the best ones? So we just sort of taking it one step at a time and kind of working through things slowly. So yeah.
Is it a progression from the first album?
Oh yeah, definitely. It will be a lot more, I don't know, sculpted in a way and less live. Because the first album we just tracked, it was like in a room basically. We just did takes like that. We didn't really think about it too much. This one is like, it just feels more sculpted the way that we're going. It's like we carefully select sounds and do things like that. So yeah, it's definitely changed.
Now we're going to do a quick fire round. Favourite place in the world?
South Africa.
Favourite food?
Ooh, that's really difficult for me because I love food. I can't think of anything else right now. Pizza.
Favourite film or TV series?
Breaking Bad, I reckon. Yeah.
Favourite animal?
Giraffes.
Favourite festival to go to?
Oh, that's really hard. Benicassim in Spain is amazing. Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention?
All good. All good, I think. You covered everything. So there's loads of questions, yeah.
Cassia's new EP, Power Lines, is out now, and I'd like to thank Rob for joining me for this interview.
Thanks so much.
Now for my interview with DMAs. Hello Tommy, and thank you for doing the interview.
Hi there, how you doing?
When did you first start playing music?
Oh, when I was about 15, but I joined this band probably about 5 years ago. Yeah, I used to play drums in a band, so that's how I got introduced to the music scene and stuff. And then, yeah, over the years kind of started singing and liked it more. So, yeah, just took on that.
Explain DMAs to me.
We're from Australia, from Sydney. We're kind of like influenced by a lot of 90s English guitar bands and American guitar bands from the 90s particularly. And some of our more recent stuff is kind of like, you know, exploring some more electro, like rave sounds. But yeah, we're definitely predominantly a live band, and that's how we kind of formed our craft, I guess.
When did you realise that the band was getting successful?
I think it was a festival we played at Tea in the Park in Glasgow. We weren't really expecting much, and then we went to play, and I think it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever, and the crowd was really big. And then I think from then we realised that we'd, you know, coming from Australia, we weren't from obviously the UK, but we realised then we were starting to connect with people in the UK. And
Live at Brixton is being released on the 5th of March 2021. What's so special about the concert?
well, it was our biggest headline show in that we've done, and Brixton Academy obviously is a very iconic venue. But now looking back on it, it's particularly special because from everything that's happened, that was kind of the last weekend of shows in UK before all the lockdown stuff happened. So yeah, it's quite special to have great recording and great visuals for a gig that was, yeah, we didn't know at the time it was going to be the last gig we play for at least a year. So
Was you able to get home okay?
yeah, we just got back. I think like 2 days after we got back, it was very difficult, but we managed to just get in just in time. But yeah, it was crazy kind of dealing with everything at the airport and stuff, like all the new rules that came in and all that. So but we all got home safe, and yeah, just dealing with everything here now.
Explain the experience of performing to sell-out crowds.
Well, I guess to be performing your music live, particularly on the other side of the world, to anyone is special, but to do it in venues of that size and for it to be full and know that no one else could get a ticket, yeah, I guess I just feel really proud of all the kind of work that we've done, and just, yeah, grateful that our music has been able to connect with people.
How do you find the UK crowds?
Unreal. Yeah, very passionate, very vocal. I miss them loads.
How was it supporting Liam Gallagher?
That was great. Yeah, we got to play some huge venues. So to get experience to play in those rooms is always good. And yeah, he's a great guy and obviously amazing live. So yeah, I guess the most memorable show we did with him was in Manchester. For him to go back to his hometown and play that kind of show was awesome, and just to be a part of it was unreal.
What What tours have you hopefully got this year in the UK?
Look, to be honest, it's hard for me to know because they keep getting switched around and that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Some festivals maybe. I mean, we're booked to go in. We're booked to play Ali Pali in London a few months ago, but that's been postponed, obviously. So I don't know. Just soon as we can have gigs again, we'll be over there.
What's your experience of festivals?
We've always played festivals. When we first started, even if it was not too many people, we've always sort of managed to get on the bills. But now we tend to get a better slot, and like we do love playing outside, and yeah, just soaking up the energy at festivals is it's very special.
How is the situation in Australia in relation to the pandemic?
It's okay. I definitely feel lucky compared to lots of people in Europe and other places around the world. Look, the restrictions have gradually been lifted, and we can play some like acoustic, not so much acoustic, but socially distant shows where people sit down. So we've like done some stripped back shows. Yeah, feel fortunate compared to some other people's situation, I guess, around the world. So we're doing actually pretty well here.
How, if at all, has your music changed over the years?
Well, we were very much a garage rock and roll band when we first started. And I guess now we have those elements, those rock and roll elements, but we do kind of delve into some more electronic stuff as well now. So I guess our songwriting structure and the melodies and our focus on lyrics and melodies haven't changed. And our love for, good honest songs hasn't changed, but I guess it's just been a change in the way we go about our production and stuff like that.
Have you had a chance to start working on any new material?
Yeah, we've had heaps of time. I guess that's been one of the benefits of all the stuff going on is I don't think any musician in the world can say they haven't had time to work on new stuff. So.
Now we're going to be doing a quick fire round. Favourite animal?
Dog.
Favourite actor?
I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix.
Favourite car?
A Mercedes.
Favourite food?
Pasta.
What are the merch bundles for Live at Brixton album?
Oh, it's like T-shirts and posters and vinyl. It's all signed as well. I spent the last 4 hours signing stuff, so yeah.
How can people get the Live at Brixton album?
Online, I presume at the moment it's the best way to do it. Go through our website.
Anything else you want to mention?
Oh, I just said it was an iconic place to play, and I just think it was one of our most memorable gigs. And yeah, we're really happy to be able to play that show within the current sort of situation. So yeah.
DMA's live album is out on the 5th of March 2021, and I'd like to thank Tommy for joining me for this interview.
Thank you.